All right. Well, good morning and welcome to Friday morning, the 27th of May today. Our devotion is entitled, I Am So Happy. I am so happy. Don't know if that resonates with you this morning, but that's the title. 2 Thessalonians 3:3 is the verse quoted, but the Lord is faithful, and he will strengthen you and protect you from the evil one. Don Hinkle is a journalist and political commentator who lost his dear wife Bernadette to a brain tumor. In the months and years since, he's coped with his loss by leaning on 2 Thessalonians 3:3 and the faithfulness of God. In his column, A Personal Testimony of God's Faithfulness, Don mentioned two examples of this. The first had to do with Bernadette's wedding ring. A few weeks before her tumor was discovered, she was sitting in the living room playing with the dog when Don realized she wasn't wearing her wedding ring. He asked her about it, but a phone call interrupted her answer. A few weeks later, she was gone, and Don had no idea where to find the ring, and that grieved his heart. He searched every nook and cranny for 10 months, and then gave up. One evening, while looking through a drawer in a nightstand, he found it. Evidently, Bernadette's finger had swollen, forcing her to remove the ring. I am so happy I found it, because it reminded me how God brought us together, he said. The second example of God's faithfulness came through Bernadette's Bible. For over a year, Don didn't touch it. It sat on her chest of drawers undisturbed. But one day, God gave Don the strength to open it. Inside, he found a program for a special service in which he had participated. But the richest blessings came from the notes and verses his wife had jotted in the margins. Quote, all of this reminds me of God's grace and faithfulness, unquote, wrote Don. Quote, I rest in the words of 2 Thessalonians 3:3-5. Continuing the quote, but the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. And we have confidence in the Lord touching you, that ye both do and will do the things which we command you. And the Lord direct your hearts into the love of God and into the patient waiting for Christ, unquote, from that passage in 2 Thessalonians 3. We were looking for them. If we're looking for them, we'll find ongoing tokens of the faithfulness of God in ways that seem small, yet are significant to our hearts. The Living Bible renders 2 Thessalonians 3:3 this way, but the Lord is faithful, he will make you strong and guard you from satanic attacks of every kind, unquote. How we need that today. How we need that every day. Spiritual warfare is real, intense, constant, mysterious, and dangerous. We have real enemies in the spiritual realms, but Satan can never overturn God's promises or outwit God's purposes. The Lord is faithful to strengthen us and to protect us from the wiles of Satan. Whatever is happening to you today, lean on 2 Thessalonians 3:3 and the truth it imparts. But the Lord is faithful, and he will strengthen you and protect you from the evil one. Closing quote from Thomas Watson, when we are most assaulted, we shall be most assisted. I like that. When we are most assaulted, we shall be most assisted. Remember this whole book of devotions, 52 reasons to trust God when hope feels lost. Great is thy faithfulness. Our faith is in him. Our faith is in his faithfulness. It struck me the other day in listening to some political discussions going on that everybody wants to use fear to get you to go along with them. If they do this, then they're going to want to do this, and then this is going to happen, and it's all about fear. As believers, we'll fear no evil because our God is with us. Psalm 23. And our God is faithful. He's with us. He never leaves us. He never forsakes us. We are in the middle of spiritual warfare. That's been our adult Sunday school class lesson the last few weeks, talking about our faith and spiritual warfare and how Satan wants to really attack that whole idea of us having faith in God and trusting him. When we operate out of fear, we're operating out of a fallen human nature. But when we operate out of faith, we are living each day with a trust in God, and that he does know best, can do best, and will do the best for us as his wisdom dictates it. Blessings to you today. Have trust in the Lord and do not live in fear, for he's not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of a sound mind. Blessings.